I welcome you all to the Static GK 2025 channel. Today we are going to talk about one of the important Asian history topic about the Vedas. So we have Rigveda, the oldest Veda. Then we have Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvaveda. So today we are going to talk about the basics of these for any examination. So let's begin. First let's start with Rigveda. See, when we talk about Rigveda, let me zoom in further. So if we talk about Rigveda, it is one of the oldest scriptures in the world, and it was composed around 1500 to 200 BC. Right? It is one of the oldest scriptures. Next, this Rigveda, it consists of 1028 hymns. Hymns is nothing but suktas. We also call it suktas, and it has about 10,600 verses, and it is being organized into 10 books. And the books here we call it as mandalas. Mandalas just means don't get scared. It's just the book of the Rigveda. There are 10 such books, which means there are 10 such mandalas. And in the 10 such mandalas, we have 1028 hymns and 10,600 plus verses. Coming to the next thing, it is primarily a collection of hymns dedicated to various deities like Agni, Indra, Soma. Pretty much simple. And the Rig Veda is written in Vedic Sanskrit language. Very, very, very important. It is written in Sanskrit language, and it forms the foundation of foundation of the Vedic tradition. We are reading right about the Vedic tradition. The foundations of it is written in the Rig Veda. So this is pretty much about the Rig Veda. Let's have a recollection. It is the oldest scripture, 1500 to 1200 BC time, 1028 hymns, that is suktas, and 10,000 plus verses, 10 books called as mandalas, and it's a collection of hymns basically devoted to deities like Agni, Indra, Soma, and it is written in Sanskrit language. It is the foundation of the Vedic tradition. It is the foundation of the Vedic tradition. Next, let's go to Yajurveda. Yajurveda, it is primarily a compilation of ritual offering formulas that were said by a priest while performing rituals. Pretty much to understand this, if you go to a temple, you will see a priest, and what does the priest do? He asks your names and some details. After that, he will sing some song like things, right? It happens, a priest performing a ritual. So the details of that are in Yajurveda. It is basically the offering formulas. Said by the priest while he is performing a ritual. Very simple. Yajurveda, remember it. Next, Yajurveda is actually divided into two main parts. The Shukla, which is white Yajurveda, and the Krishna, which is the black Yajurveda. Just the basic thing. It is divided into two. Shukla, which is white Yajurveda, Krishna, which is black Yajurveda. Next, it contains liturgy needed to perform the sacrifices of the Veda. Like sacrifices, how we will perform, that liturgy is being given here. So that pretty much sums about the Yajurveda. Remember it like this. It is a ritual offering formulas said by the priest while performing rituals. Basically divided into two types, Shukla, Krishna, white Yajurveda, black Yajurveda. That's it. Now let's go to Samaveda. So Samaveda is known as Veda of melodies and chants. So melodies and chants, you remember it as like a super singer. Samaveda super singer. So it's a trick. Yes, yes, yes. Yes means sing. It has to be related to singing. So Samaveda is related to melodies, chants. It has about 1875 verses or 1875 verses, most of which are derived from the Rigveda. Most of which are derived from the Rigveda. Most of which, this 1875 verses are derived from the Rigveda. Samaveda singing. Samaveda singing. Next, what is the primary purpose of it? The primary purpose of Samaveda is to serve as a musical guide for chanting of hymns during the Vedic rituals. Primary purpose is to serve as a musical guide for the chanting of the hymns during the Vedic rituals. Very simple. So Samaveda you remember by singing. Yes. Finally, the Atharvaveda. So Atharvaveda is considered the fourth Veda, distinct from the other three Vedas. So we have Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and this Atharvaveda is different from these three Vedas. Rigveda, Yajurveda, and Samaveda. Right. It contains, what does Atharvaveda? It has hymns, it has spells, it has incantations meant for healing and magic. So Atharva, you remember Atharva as a person who does magic and healing things. Like he does very important magical healing. So that kind of thing. Atharva, you remember like that. So Atharva, it contains material on medicine, astronomy, daily life of the Vedic peoples. Right? Basically it is a spell. Or you remember Atharva is Harry Potter, Indian Harry Potter. Why I am saying is, in Harry Potter we have spells for each thing. Similarly, for every Vedic ritual there is a spell that can be followed. That is written by Atharvaveda. Samaveda you remember as singing. Atharvaveda spells Harry Potter, Indian Harry Potter. Remember like Indian Harry Potter. And Yajurveda, it's actually the formulas while performing the rituals. Rigveda is actually the oldest scripture that we have. And that's it. This is pretty much about the Vedas, the basic things, the foundation that we have to know. We'll see the next video. Till then, bye.